Welcome. This is my career drive live. As always, I will roll the introduction. Hi. If we haven't met, my name is Ladijia. I'm a career coach and I work with mid to senior level professionals um, to land amazing, high paying jobs and to facilitate their career growth. I run this session weekly on Thursdays at noon, giving free tips and hacks for finding that your dream job or moving forward in your career. All right. Now, please, if you are watching on YouTube, subscribe. We need the subscribers. If you're watching on Facebook, please like the page. If you're watching on LinkedIn, please follow me. All right. So now to the topic of today. Today, I am talking about mistakes to avoid when you're writing your resume. Let me find that title. Okay, so we're discussing 7 mistakes to avoid in your resume if you want to land those job interviews. Um, I've talked about this several times. Often, when I talk to people who are looking job searching, I hear, "Oh, I keep applying and nobody ever responds to me." Um, an opportunity came, I sent in my resume, they didn't come back to me. And it's for a very good reason. Typically, it's simply because your resume wasn't compelling enough. Well, I mean, one of the men, I mean, there could be other reasons why they don't call you back, but by far the biggest reason is the resume wasn't compelling enough. If you consider the fact that, I mean, for every job opening online, average application rate response to those jobs ranges between anywhere from 100 to 250 people applying for the same jobs. It's worse if they have actually advertised the jobs on other channels other than online, right? For every job opening, whether advertised or not, there are several people vying. So the people who are looking at the resumes are seeing a lot of resumes. If your resume isn't compelling, you will go, you know, into the other list, not the selection list. Another, misconception people have is um, you need to understand that when people advertise for jobs, yes, they are trying to find people, but by far the biggest target at the beginning of the process is to eliminate unsuitable applicants, right? So really, the recruiter or the ATS or whoever is doing the preliminary selection is working to eliminate. Your job is to be so compelling that they reach out to you. Okay, so let's quickly go over a few of the mistakes you could make. The very first one, and I know you've heard it before, but it bears repeating, not customizing your resume. So often people say, "Oh, I'm looking for a job. Here's my resume in case you have something that matches me." That is reaching out to recruiters. Other people, start out with their own networks, and the first thing they do is distribute their resumes. Stop, right? Um, if you followed the explanation I gave just before now, you would realize that it is very ineffective. A general resume will not cut it. One resume does not fit all. For every job opportunity that you are pursuing, you must customize to match that opportunity, because you see they're looking for very specific things. They're short on time, so you had better be speaking to what they actually need, right? Rather than what you have. It's a very important distinction. I always say to job seekers, the job search is not about you. It's about the customer, in this case, the employer, really understanding what they need and presenting the information that they need in a way that they grab it quickly and can make their decision to move on with you or contact you is essential. And you can't do that without customizing your resume. Now, in customizing your resume, there are two things. You customize for the ATS, and we'll talk about that a little more in the next point, right? You customize to get past the ATS, but you also customize for the human eye. And quite a few of the points I'll be raising, right, have to do with both. Last but not least, before I move on from this point, is sometimes I hear, well, I will get a professional resume writer to help me. Okay, I mean, there are great resume writers out there, but personally, I don't advocate the use of resume writers for a simple reason. A resume writer will, of course, um, r- put together what you give them, right, um, in a format that works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. However, if you bear in mind that um, you are customizing for each opportunity. The question I always ask is, are you going to go to a resume writer every time you want to apply for a job? That's one. Two, being able to look through your own strengths and what you bring to the table and present it effectively, right, is at the heart of your job search. And there will be many times in the course of your job search, right, that you have to do that. Your resume presents your first opportunity to do so. The thinking and the process you go through in putting together a compelling resume already kickstart the process for preparing for the interview, for following up, and for just showing up as your best self. When you contract someone else to do it, you have no idea how they arrived there. So, by far, the more effective way is to know how to put the resume together yourself. And you take that knowledge with you going forward. It's an investment to learn how to do so. Okay. And then again, the last thing I will say on this matter is, you use a resume writer. A lot of the time they'll give you templates and maybe correct your grammatical, you change your language a bit, but they won't speak to each need. So learn to do it yourself. Let me move on. The next error that people make, the next error that people make is, oh, I say I've lost connection to my camera. I'll keep talking whilst I try to fix that. Okay, so the next error people make is not planning to get past the ATS. So the ATS is your applicant tracking system. That's what it's called, and it's the software that is at the back of most um, job ads online, right? Um, so when you apply, it goes into the applicant tracking system, and helps the recruiter, because of the volume of applications. It helps the recruiter quickly sort through um, the applications received, right? And it prepares like a short list. Now, the thing with applicant tracking systems is that they are set to sort for very specific criteria.